또 따라와. 그 영상 보니까 뭐야. 너 옛날에 우리 차 음악 방송하고 했을 때 카메라 가방 그 영상이 떴더라고. 나 해놓은 거야. 수영하고 나하고 그 가방 선물을 줬는데 야 그거 이제 그만 들고 다녀 하는 게 있잖아. 아 그랬나?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. Have you ever seen a small moment in BTS, but it felt like the entire fandom stopped breathing? That's what happened after the latest episode of BTS ARIRANG North America promotion sketch was released. Initially, ARMY thought it would be just another behind-the-scenes video. A few jokes, warm interactions between the members, and the typical BTS moments that always make us smile. But who would have thought? A single hug between Jimin and V, aka Taehyung, would blow the internet away. And what made ARMY lose control the most? Jungkook's reaction. As soon as the clip appeared, timelines were filled with screenshots, slow-motion videos, theories, and even analyses of Jungkook's gaze, which they said looked completely different from usual. Many fans said his expression was one of shock, confusion, and even disbelief when Jimin hugged Taehyung. Some ARMY even called it the look, and honestly, the more the video is replayed, the harder it is to ignore those reactions. At the beginning of the sketch, the atmosphere was actually very relaxed. BTS seemed to be enjoying their North American promotional schedule. They joked around, laughed carefree, and displayed the chemistry that has built over the years. The camera constantly moved, capturing the natural interactions between the members, which is why BTS's behind-the-scenes content is always so special. Fans felt like they were seeing their most honest side. But everything changed in a matter of seconds. When Jimin suddenly approached Taehyung and hugged him warmly, the atmosphere suddenly felt different. The hug was simple, not overdone, not dramatic. But then the camera caught Jungkook, and that's where the chaos began. Jungkook's expression immediately became a trending topic across social media. Many fans said his eyes widened for a moment. Then he seemed to lose focus before returning to his normal self. Some said he looked like he was processing something in real time. Others thought Jungkook was simply shocked because the moment happened so suddenly. But of course, ARMY wouldn't be ARMY if they didn't start coming up with wild theories just minutes after the video was released. And what makes it all the more interesting is the fact that this isn't the first time an interaction between Jimin and Taehyung has caused a huge fandom reaction. Over the years, their chemistry has always been a focus of fans' attention. They've been known for their close bond since they were trainees. Their friendship is filled with emotional, funny, and sometimes touching moments. But this time was different, as the focus was on Jungkook. Some fans immediately connected the moment to Jungkook's previous interactions on stage. Some said that on recent occasions, Jungkook seemed to be paying more attention to Jimin than usual. A compilation video even went viral just hours after the sketch was released, showing Jungkook's various expressions as Jimin interacted with the other members. And yes, the internet completely lost control. TikTok was filled with dramatic edits set to sad music. Twitter and X were filled with theories about the relationship dynamics between the members. YouTube was immediately flooded with reaction videos and frame-by-frame analyses. Some ARMYs even joked that they needed an investigation team just to understand what Jungkook was really thinking at that moment. But behind all the fandom theories and jokes, there was one thing that made this moment so captivating. BTS always seemed so sincere with each other. That's why even the smallest interactions felt so big to fans. When someone stares at another member a little longer than usual, ARMYs immediately notice. When there's a sudden hug, the fandom talks about it for weeks. And when the camera catches Jungkook's seemingly different reaction, well, the entire fandom automatically goes into detective mode. What really gets fans excited is how Jungkook seems to try to hide his reaction after the camera catches him. Some say he immediately looks away. Others think he looks nervous. Others believe it's just a spontaneous reaction with no real meaning. But precisely because everything feels ambiguous, the fandom's curiosity grows. Many veteran ARMYs then remind new fans that the relationship between the BTS members has always been full of affection. They've grown together over the years, weathering hardships, industry pressures, extreme schedules, and the global spotlight. So it's no wonder they often show affection for each other. But of course, the fandom still enjoys moments like these because BTS's chemistry is one of the biggest reasons why millions of people have fallen in love with them.
신기한데? 뭔가 사방에 진짜 위쪽에 계시니까.
And honestly, the most fascinating part of it all is how a single expression on Jungkook's face can generate thousands of theories in just a few hours. It shows just how influential BTS is on the internet today. Even a small moment in a behind-the-scenes video can instantly become a global trending topic. Some fans also took a serious look at Jungkook's body language. They said his shoulders seemed to tense for a moment. Others noticed the way he looked at Jimin before finally breaking into a small smile. Some even slowed the video down to 0.25x speed just to confirm whether Jungkook was truly jealous. And of course, the most viral comment came from an ARMY who said, "We are never surviving BTS interactions." The funny thing is, the more people try to explain Jungkook's reaction logically, the more the fandom spirals out of control. Because ultimately, most fans know they're probably just overthinking things. But that's the fun of being an ARMY. Analyzing small moments, coming up with funny theories, and then laughing with the entire fandom is all part of being a BTS fan. Furthermore, this ARIRANG sketch also shows how natural the relationship between the BTS members is, even offstage. There's no sense of contrivance. They seem comfortable with each other. Hugs, jokes, glances. It all feels like everyday habits. And perhaps that's precisely why the moment felt so real to fans. Meanwhile, some ARMY tried to reassure the fandom by suggesting that Jungkook was probably just shocked by suddenly seeing Jimin hug Taehyung while the cameras were rolling. But of course, that comment was immediately met with thousands of dramatic memes and screenshots. On the other hand, many fans also felt this moment reminded them of the old days of BTS, when interactions between the members felt more spontaneous and chaotic. Many said this sketch they have a nostalgic energy that makes them even more emotional. Moreover, seeing the three members together in one frame immediately brings back memories of the old BTS era that the fandom loves so much. And in fact, this is BTS's greatest strength. They don't need to do anything big to get the world talking. Sometimes it's just a look, a small smile, or a quick hug backstage. But the impact can instantly shake the internet for days. To this day, the clip of Jungkook's reaction continues to circulate everywhere. Fans continue to create new edits, new theories, even new fanfiction based on those few seconds. And it doesn't seem like the fandom will move on anytime soon. Many ARMYs also say they miss this natural dynamic from BTS. Because amidst their busy schedules, solo projects, and global activities, seeing the 7 members maintain the same closeness is incredibly heartwarming. It makes fans feel that despite the passage of time, their relationship remains strong. And perhaps that's the real reason this moment went viral. It wasn't just Jungkook's reaction. It wasn't just Jimin and Taehyung's hug. It was because it reminded fans of why they loved BTS in the first place. Their relationship feels real. When the camera captures small interactions like that, fans felt like they were witnessing a friendship that had grown over a decade. A relationship built from shared struggles, dreams, tears, and laughter. And in an entertainment world that often feels saturated with imagery, moments like this felt especially precious. So what do you think? Was Jungkook genuinely surprised? Was he just momentarily confused? Or are ARMYs just too good at theorizing about one small expression? Whatever the answer, one thing is for sure. The fandom completely lost control after seeing that moment. And honestly, that's probably the most fun part of being an ARMY. If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the latest updates on BTS, Jungkook, Jimin, Taehyung, and all the chaotic moments that always manage to make ARMY excited every day. Also, let us know what you think in the comments because I'm really curious to see if you see the same thing in Jungkook's expression in this ARIRANG sketch. See you in the next video, and as always, Borahi.